Hi, everyone. And you guys are now officially asked to record again. So we're already in it. So if you're following along, go on to our web browser here, Angry Bird text logo, and we found this little guy here. And if you guys could just copy right from the web browser.
Gotta show your screen, Mitch.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. It's been one of those days. Hi, everyone again. Angry Bird type logo in our browser. First step. Okay. I want you to grab this guy right down here. Yeah. And all we're going to do is right click. I want you to copy it. Okay. Illustrator, Command N or new. And we're going to make it 5 by 5. Okay. Boop. Call it out. Give it a name. Whatever you want to call it. Good. We're then going to Command V to paste. Oh, look at that. I used a low res version. Oh my God. So there's the high res version. I don't want to work with that. It's way too clean. So I'm going to go back here. But that's what you can use to draw from, right? Double click, template, make it a template, make sure it's linked, okay? And that's where we're at for anyone who's just following or just joining us. Okay, there we go. Okay, go into links. Yep. Make sure it is linked. Yep, we're good, right? All right, sorry everyone. Technology, this is awesome. So we have that. I'm gonna go back to the original one that I was working with. You guys probably are working with this one. Again, I'd rather you work with this one because it's more, it's closer to what you're gonna get from a client. And why I like to do these exercises, because we wanna emulate that, right? So same deal with this, everyone. Sorry, I just didn't hit record. And why you're wondering, how are you already set up? Yeah, sorry, my bad. Pen tool, or P, yeah? We need to look at this and decide how are we going to tackle this, okay? So few things to do. And what I would suggest is you'll notice it's touching here, yeah? What I may do though is I may break it up and create one at Y and then one starting at the bird or the birds across, okay? So what I'm going to do is pick a point, any point, it's up to you, okay? I'm going to create a new layer, of course. Let me just reset my workspace. Always a good place to start. Then I'm going to hit the F key, full screen. Good. Then I'm going to create a new layer. And we're going to call this out as, let's do outline first, yeah? You know what? No, let's do inside. I typically do the outer, but in this case, because I have a stroke on it, I'm going to literally just add a stroke to it, okay? And we know that we can do a stroke to the outside, and that's exactly how we can go about doing this one. Sound good? So for this, because I know that I'm going to do a stroke to the outside, I want to stay to the innermost line, like so. Sound good? So now we're ready to rock and roll? Now it's just a matter of drawing out this. If you guys find that you have an X, sometimes that happens. It's because you accidentally hit your caps, your cap locks, okay? So we're gonna go in and just like so. And I'd like you guys to draw, right? If you find that it's way too solid, I might go in and make that 20%. There we go, right? Looks good. And then we can get going. So with something like this, it can be a challenge, right? Because it's crappy image. And so we're going to do our best with it, okay? And I'm going to go in and you guys can just start drawing. So we're going to click, drag, option, option, click, drag, let go of option, option, click, drag. So it's slowly starting to come together here, right? You guys can Command Y, right? We can go into outline mode. I, again, may even go further than 20% with this one. I know, right? Ah, there we go. So I went like 10% with this just because I want to be able to see my outline, and that looks perfect now. Now I can really see it. Because it's black on the outside, I wanted it to be really, really dim. okay? You may want to do Command U because you should probably have your smart guides turned on. And so we want to just turn those off, okay? And that, because we're doing freeform drawing, you don't want to have the, you don't want to have that guy on. So we're going to go here, right? And we're going to just draw around. You'll notice it's all connected, okay? And we may go, and what we can do is maybe we'll do harsh lines for some of these, and then we'll come back and we can just round them off after the fact, okay? So we'll come in. Again, some of this is challenging, right? You got pieces like this N that you can kind of make out, but you're not really sure. Again, we're kind of pretending like the client supplied this to us. Obviously, Angry Birds, as we know, has a vector that's there, okay? But this is good practice. Great pen tool exercise. So like, yeah, fun, right? If you want to try this, the N, right? Remember we did this before? I may create this, check it out. I might create this as an individual piece, right? And you may want to do these actually, if I take a step back, you may want to do these in separate pieces. See this? My A, right? And the reason I do this is so that I can keep consistency of line, right? Remember we did that, I can't remember, maybe the robot, right? And so if you want to try this way, I just kind of, I know I took a segue there for you and you're like, dude, I'm already onto the G. You keep going, that's fine. Now doing this though, as mentioned, it will also allow us to do our unite function as well, right? We can utilize these in separate pieces and then unite them after the fact is definitely an option, okay? And then it allows us to add points and so on. So the reason being for this is just to make sure that those straight lines are in fact 100%, and these are angled, so you can of course emulate it without too much issue. Good. But same deal here, right? Got a G and it's kind of swooping. So going from point A to point B, it's just kind of nice that it creates that beautiful angle for us, or that nice, perfect half circle. I'm drawing it counterclockwise and I'm wondering why I'm feeling icky. This one, I'm just gonna go with it, my R. And now it's just click, 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 right? Option, click. And I'm sure you guys are getting some pen tool, right, in the other classes as well. I think so. I'm not 100%. You guys can tell me otherwise.
Cindy's giving us pen tool stuff to do.
Amazing. She mentioned about, are you guys doing some LinkedIn videos as well?
Phil is too, by the way, for Photoshop.
Okay, cool. And I got to stop this because, again, did I mention I'm feeling icky? That's better. So sorry, I switched gears there. I'm going the other way now. So keep in mind, you can always change direction at any time, right? You just have to deselect off of your point and then just restart it, okay? So if you're ever like, oh man, I need to stop and restart, that's not a problem, right? You can do that. Cool. Oops, sorry. So we'll just save that. This obviously is not to client. This is going to be our, this is almost like bordering on supporting, isn't it? Right? But you may put it, yeah, you know what, let's put it in supporting. And I have Angry Bird text only logo is what I called it. And we'll leave it as an AI file, okay? Perfect. And now you'll notice this kind of has this interesting connecting piece, doesn't it? So I'm going to go there and just do that. We've also got the inside. So since we're already working on this, let's keep going, right? And I'm going to do an A like so. We've got the inner piece here. right? And again, this should be a straight line. So just be aware, this matters, right? We need to be, and I probably could have even just went straight down and then went around utilizing the same idea we did before with the same straight line, yeah? And check it, I could have even done this, right? One line, see this? Okay, maybe that didn't work, right? Yeah, no, it's not working, it's all good. So wherever we can find areas though that we can, create it as accurately as we can with as little work as possible. Not that we want to not work, we want to work, that's what we're getting paid for, but the more efficiently we can work is what we love, right? And then I'm up there, right? That looks pretty good. And then we got a little hole here, right? Make sure we stay again to the inside. And then we will do an outer stroke on it to the outside. And then we can even, I'll show you, right? We can expand stroke like we did last class. And that'd be a beautiful exercise to go about doing it, right? And you can try selecting on everything. Remember, I did this as well sometimes, depending if it's really complicated. I like to do that sometimes just to get it into preview mode, right? Now it's beauty because I can really see everything. Again, I'm very visual. Having it all in white, like so, right? Sorry, like so. It just was a little bit tough, right? We can still do it like that, and then Shift M, knockout, right? Knockout, knockout, right? Unite, knockout, done. Cool, eh? Yeah, we'll get there. Let's do that all together though when we get there. So I did that, and then we're gonna, of course, do the B. Look, the B's actually doesn't look like it's touching. Isn't that interesting, right? So we're gonna do the B all on its own, and then we'll do the I maybe on its own. Now let's just have some fun. You guys, we'll just go. We'll just go. So we'll go here, P tool, because I happen to hit Shift M. So a great way just to just quickly get back to your pen tool is the P tool, right? And then again, we can practice going around. Curves are always the most challenging, right? To get them right on the money. Usually require the most massaging, as it were. Right, Command, don't forget Command Z if you want to just undo something. You're like, whoop, took 2 steps too far and that's not working for me. Right, the undo is so awesome. We're hopefully getting used to our base, right? Those fingers, remember, index finger, middle finger, right? And we're constantly having them over top of our keys, space bar, etc. All of our short keys are right there at our fingertips, literally, right? Awesome. Now this one, if we took a straight line and had a look at it, that's pretty good, isn't it? So I might start there, and I might just start by doing a line like so. And then what we can literally do is, remember, again, with Pathfinder, we can just create 2 separate shapes, right? Like so. And we can try it this way, which is kind of an interesting way to draw, right? So then I've got that, right? And then I can do the same thing here. I can just draw this. Kind of interesting, right? Why not? Try something different. But the thing with that is, just remember, you want to overshoot it here, right? So that we can then just create shape, shape, and then knockout, knockout. Maybe that's a little bit more challenging or more work, right? And you're like, yeah, that's not working, but what the heck? We'll give it a try, see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. Again, with this, I might do the I in one line straight down, right? Option, click, drag. I might connect my R. Notice it is connected, so make sure you go into the I, like so. All right, there we go. We'll come down. option, 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 right? I feel like we should play some music or something. Maybe some smooth jazz. Kenny G styles. Or Nickelback. I love that. Whoop. All right, so you can go in, do some donut holes, right? Call it out as donut holes. Again, stay to the inside if you could. I just love the shape of these letters. They're so much fun. All right. So a few things. We can go in and we can add and subtract and do all that fun stuff, right? Of course, if I were to just create a shape like this, it's pretty easy, right? We can either use Pathfinder and minus front, right? Minus front, right? Or we can shift M and then we can go select all. And then we can just kind of unite minus, 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 and it leaves it all in the same layer. It also doesn't create a compound layer right away. You know, and sometimes you want it to be a compound path, but sometimes you might not want to. So I guess it really depends on what tool you choose to use. It's totally up to you. As mentioned, I'm kind of leaning now. I'm really enjoying drawing with the shape builder. So it's, I guess, a personal preference. So if you guys want to let me know how we're making out, if you want to shoot me a chat and say, dude, I still got 15 minutes to go on that. Or dude,
give me like 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, cool. Let's take 5. Sound good? So we're almost there though, honestly, everyone. Let's go to 11:30. Okay, we'll come back. And then what we'll do is we just have to knock some holes out. We'll add a stroke to it. And then we can bring this into the template. And you know what? Beautiful. We then have a nice spacer for our template. And the whole purpose of this really, you'll notice I did additional info here, but you know what? I'm gonna see if we can't change this up. I'm gonna put the Angry Birds logo here and maybe we'll see how it goes. We'll get it in there. Something nice. So I'll just shut up for now.
No, stop this movement.
That's perfect. Oh, come
The bird
on.
really doesn't like it. He's becoming a very angry bird.
All right, that's fine. Don't like Nickelback. You don't like Kenny G. I don't know. I can't make you guys happy.
I like Nickelback.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I stopped being angry about Nickelback a while ago. I realized the anger about Nickelback was like the anger about Bieber, and most of it was just anger to look cool.
Yeah. They make up about 50% of their audience, so that's good.
Yeah, it's when I realized that most people's haters are actually their biggest fans.
It's really funny, actually. And I don't know if anyone knows the hit that Nickelback is like one of the funding or reasons that much of our music or Canadian music is funded. The Nickelback, I'm pretty sure it's Nickelback. Correct me if I'm wrong, but their actual record contract or the company that they're signed with is actually like a death metal. They're actually like a death metal music industry, and so they use Nickelback as their fund. Like Nickelback actually funds much of the independent music that we hear, like on and even like on the metal and death metal side of things, which is really ironic that the people that really hate Nickelback are typically the rockers and people, you know what I mean? And they are literally funding and they are the ones funding and supporting the rock that these people listen. Anyway, throw it out there. It's kind of an interesting thing. I heard on the radio a few years back. Maybe it's not right. So that might be a Mitch fact, as my wife will call it.
I know that I think at least I remember that I always forget the name of the band. They're mixed between Bare Naked Ladies and Theory of a Dead Man. Is that Theory of a Dead Man? Canadian band. Sadly, the lead singer did not beat cancer.
Okay.
Gordon Downey, I think it was.
Yeah, from the hit.
Tragically.
Yeah, Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
Oh boy, is that bad now? Ever Tragically Hip? Boy, irony. But yeah, I believe they did something like that too. I think also the Bare Naked Ladies did that too.
Oh yeah.
I think all the bands do that actually. It's just making sure that there's always a Canadian band out there. Oh, sorry, that was.
All right. How are we doing, everyone? Are we golden? We can just kind of move on. We're back at it. Back at it. All right. So let's go have a look. Let's share screen. Are we recording? Oh, nice. We're recording that whole time. That's all good. So we will share screen. Yeah. Do I need to do that? Did I do that yet? No, I didn't. There we go. So we're back at it, everybody. Anybody else need more time? You can shout at me now. We got somewhere close to say yay here.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like leaving myself
5 minutes.
just so that everybody
says 5 minutes.
Halos.
No worries. It's all good.
Sorry.
So maybe I may just pause this video, which would be good because then I can just